This news program is proudly brought to you by
Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits
and Now Biscuits.
NCD MedSoup wants children not to consume illegal substances. Opposition leader claims DCA is unconstitutional. And Oak Teddy mine life extended from 2033 to 2050. Good evening. You're watching National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Wyra. Thank you for joining us. Children below the age of 18 are warned not to get involved in consuming illegal substances, as the law will treat them like adults. This was stated by NCD Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika in a press conference today, following an incident that happened yesterday where students were caught by police whilst in possession of homebrew.
A total of 10 grade 11 students from a secondary school in Port Moresby were consuming homebrew at the back of Thango at Tokorara, who were seen by security guards, who then reported the police yesterday. 6 of them are females and 4 of them are male students. The Hola police responded and caught them in the act of homebrew consumption and were arrested at Hola police station and being processed until 12 midnight. MedSoup Silva Sika says they were supposed to be processed at Boroko police station. However, due to certain circumstances, he gave them warning this morning with their parents not to repeat the same mistake.
With their parents, they have to come over to the office, to Boroko to see me with their parents and children and the guardians. And I had a word with them this morning and strongly warning them, these kids, 10 of them, not to repeat what they did yesterday. They would have been locked up yesterday, and then given that training in bail yesterday. So, but I used my discretion to not to do that, but to give them some advice and encouragement to their parents to make sure that these kids will not repeat what they did yesterday.
He also challenged the parents to make it their responsibility to discipline their kids.
To follow the discipline and the values and the principles of their parents, what they require them to do. So, what I'm trying to say here is that if the children in NCD and the Metropolitan Command, because I've given a warning and caution to all this, and at least 10 of them, it normally happens at this time when there's a holiday or time. Holidays, when they take the holidays, when kids, they wander off without parents' knowledge, and they involve in their peers, peers or friends, and they get into bad habits, doing wrong things at the wrong place.
Estagane, National EMTV News.
The U.S. PNG Defense Cooperation Agreement, signed on the 22nd of May 2023, has been claimed as unconstitutional by the opposition leader. This was in an application filed by opposition leader Joseph Lelang on the 24th of August 2023. The application is pending now that Job Pomat, the Speaker of Parliament, position to intervene in the matter has been dismissed in the Supreme Court this month.
Speaker of the National Parliament, Job Pomat's application to intervene in the court proceeding filed by opposition leader Joseph Lelang has been dismissed by Justice Hudson on the 7th of September 2023. This now leaves the opposition leader, Joseph Lelang, as the only party in the court proceeding. The interveners in the matter was the Speaker of Parliament, Job Pomat, Independent State of PNG, acting on behalf of Attorney General Pila Niningi, is Solicitor General Tauvasa Tanuvasa. Solicitor General Tanuvasa told MTV News that he will be attempting to join the Attorney General as a party to the proceeding. In this Supreme Court reference, opposition leader Joseph Lelang challenged the constitutionality of the U.S.-PNG Defense Cooperation Agreement. According to Lelang's application, it is stated that for the purposes of Section 206 of the Constitution, it is a constitutional requirement which is mandatory in nature for any defense cooperation agreement between PNG and other nations to be preceded by the enacting of a specific legislation to give effect to the said Defense Cooperation Act. Grace Papiali, National MTV News.
The board of Oak Teddy Mining Limited has approved in principle a further mine life extension from 2033 to 2050. This marks a significant milestone for OTML, its shareholders, and for Papua New Guinea in general.
The approval is based on the latest strategic business plan submitted by the executive leadership team and discussed during the OTML board meeting held in Tabubil on the 13th of September 2023. Several factors have enabled the extension, including a strengthened long-term copper price outlook, additional mine waste management solutions such as engineered waste rock dumps and a tailings storage facility to minimize impact on the environment, renewal of aged processing plant assets, and implementation of other strategic projects that are currently in various stages of completion. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Kedi Ilimbit said that the approval by the board on the eve of PNG's 48th independence anniversary is a welcomed gift to the communities in which the company operates in, as they provide the social license to continue as well as to the people of PNG. Mr. Ilimbit further stated that the revised mine life will see the company generate in excess of 30 billion kina in dividends, royalties, compensation payments, and taxes for the benefit of OTML's shareholders, communities, and Papua New Guinea over the next 27 years. Amanda Ilaitia, National MTV News.
The Central Provincial Government has conducted its Peace and Reconciliation Program for the Guari LLG at the Kamulai Mission Station in the Goilala district yesterday. Present at the event was Governor for Central Province, Rufina Peter, and invited guests.
A trip by chopper was done as the central governor and guests made their way to Goilala district to a small LLG called Guari. This is part of Central Provincial Government's initiative to roll out its Peace and Reconciliation Program in each of the LLGs in the province. The program started off with a liturgical mass.
Spirit, all glory and honor is yours.
Governor Peter then addressed the people.
God must go past, not development but come behind. Money by in on nap, straight in Sindan blow you me. God must go past, na money by behind him.
Ward 9 Councillor of Guari LLG, Isaiah Hatai, whilst encouraging youth participation in the program, stated that one of the failures is non-participation in church activities.
Governor, you looking finished? 9 years and big flat Thomas. 9 years and big flat Thomas, now me looking Muslim. Inside lo liturgy, all young mangi, only hard load, lead him liturgy inside lo church, and one plan signal that me pla miss him. mission work long time, 9 years go finish, and new generation will kirap, 9 years too much, or Lily Ganda age stable now come a big plan, I will like quite him hard only meet him requirement law set. This is one of the failures that you can identify Mr. Law set.
A strong appeal was emphasized on youth participation in church activities.
Alright, now that talk with the young plan. We just only one plan as a bit of please. Do some marijuana, do some gum. I'm saying one bill now. This plus something, it is not pretty good plus something. Do some marijuana.
Governor Peter encouraged the people of Guari to participate in the program with a cash donation of 10,000 kina.
Peace and reconciliation and start inside the family, inside the house. Now come outside the clan. Now me come the ward level and me expect of them. You plan making peace law family, inside the clan, now inside the village, now inside the ward. So me come give him 10,000 and mark block government come now. Give him this 10,000 you plan now all councillor na chiefs by sit down him all get the people now. You plan how you plan make him this plan peace the ward level.
The Provincial Executive Council has resolved to see the Peace and Reconciliation Program rolled out to the remaining districts of Central Province and completed before September 16, 2025. Governor Peter believes that this program will prepare the people to participate meaningfully and become responsible citizens of the country to the development of local communities and collectively to their LLGs, districts, the province, and the country as a whole. Grace Papiali, National EMTV News.
The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, as part of the EU Straight PNG program, has made significant strides towards enhancing the capacity of agripreneurs in the CPIC region. In a recent series of workshops, FAO focused on empowering micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises to thrive in the region.
The first workshop held in Angaram, East CPIC province, was centered on topics crucial for the success of MSMEs, group dynamics, effective leadership skills, and communication. The workshop attracted 38 members of the Kandan Gapma Women's Business Group, a dynamic collective known for their businesses such as fish processing and marketing, sewing, and bilum making. The primary aim of this workshop was to strengthen women's collective action and economic empowerment. By encouraging them to operate as functional cooperatives and assume leadership roles, the program seeks to amplify their influence and bargaining power within their households, communities, and business partners. Ultimately, this empowerment translates into tangible benefits for families and the broader community. EU Straight PNG program conducted another workshop which focused on group business management and inclusion in Aitape West CPIC province. With a total of 45 participants, including executive committee members of business groups and cooperatives, this workshop was designed to empower these leaders and managers with essential business skills and tools. The 5-day workshop covered critical business management elements for small businesses, including business plan preparation, analysis of group strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, cash flow projection, preparation profit and loss statements, and record keeping. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
An update of the Asian Development Bank projects was presented yesterday during the Transport and Infrastructure Sectorial Committee meeting.
The Asian Development Bank began funding projects in Papua New Guinea in 1992 and has since undergone 85 projects, and $2.3 billion was funded through the ADB to fund infrastructural projects in that country. 47% of the portion was allocated to the transport sector. This was mentioned by the transport specialist for ADB, Kenneth Thomason.
Investing in quality transport infrastructure, promoting efficient and affordable transport services and adopting policies and regulations that support sustainable transport practices. So this is in line with ADB's country partnership with PNG, and for transport we're closely aligned with government's strategy of Connect PNG to support more efficient, safer transport.
Thomason further elaborated on the current projects that ADB is funding.
And we also have a project which is called a Project Readiness Facility, in which we're closely aligned with Connect PNG in the transport sector. We're funding designs for the transnational highway and also the coastal highway in the MICE corridor, as well as some regional roads up in the highlands.
ADB is one of PNG's largest development donor agency and has since assisted with an average annual lending of $339 million, which is equivalent to 1,162,950 kina from 2017 to 2022. Tamara Agavi, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break with more stories. Stay with us. You're watching National EMTV News. 2 refurbished computer labs were officially opened today at the Port Moresby School of Excellence. The opening was witnessed by the staff, students, and invited guests. The computer labs were made possible through the government funding of 600,000 kina allocated to the 6 national schools of excellence.
The invited guests were led by a traditional Motu Koita Singsing group made up of students from the school hall to the computer labs. The computer labs was built originally to be used as a visual arts room in the early 1990s, but the school management decided this year to transform it into a modern computer labs to cater for the new STEM education being implemented at the school. The new computer labs will provide a total of 80 new computer desktops to cater to its students and staff. Internet service will also be provided so that students can be able to make use of computers to do their schoolwork.
This facility has cost us roughly 500,000. The other 100,000 kina we had spent it on some maintenance work. Our student ablution blocks, after 27 years, we did a complete renovation, and now they're all back to what it was like originally. So this is money, we believe, well spent. The School Governing Council approved the...
Also present was the ambassador of Japan to PNG, Nobuyuki Watanabe, to give his speech about the opening of the lab as well as encouraging students to pursue studies in Japan.
To get to know the technologies or the skills, that is very beneficial and very good for not only for yourself, but for the future of the development or the society, all societies, of the economies of the Papua New Guinea.
DOI mentioned future plans of the school.
STEM lab will now be built. The drawing and design have already been completed, and in a few months within this year or early next year, construction should start. And that will have the STEM lab that is required to have the students do experiments.
10 students undertaking STEM subjects from the school were issued scholarships to attend universities in the USA last month. Tamara Agavi, National EMTV News.
A team of medical specialists from the first affiliated hospital of Xinjiang Medical University in China have donated minimal invasive surgery equipment worth 300,000 kina to the Port Moresby General Hospital.
These medical equipments will assist the Port Moresby General Hospital medical specialists to carry out minimal invasive procedures on patients. According to the CEO for POMGEN, Dr. Paki Molomi, Port Moresby General Hospital has a long-standing relationship with the Shinshin University for more than 20 years. This partnership has also enabled the government of China to support and upskill the POMGEN medical specialists. In addition, through this partnership, the minimal invasive surgery was established. Dr. Molomi explains the meaning of minimal invasive surgery.
Minimal invasive surgery, meaning that surgery with small holes in the abdomen, and then we put in cameras, and then we put in instruments. So through the screen on a wall, you can remove the pathology or disease in the abdominal cavity.
CEO Molumi further stressed that under this partnership, which they have renewed this year, a total of 28 nurses in POMGEN have traveled to Shinshin University to undergo training.
The idea is that as the government expects Port Moresby General Hospital to be the national specialist and referral hospital under the National Health Plan. So to do that, we need to train our human resource. So nurses form the important backbone of our health system. So we are training nurses in the specialized healthcare as well as doctors as well.
Vice President of First Affiliated Hospital of Shinshin Medical University, Min Shao, said this partnership has also enabled medical specialists from the Shinshin University to come and work in PNG to provide their medical services. He hopes this cooperation will help the local doctors improve their skills and also benefit the local people. Gladys Gila, National EMTV News.
Western Highlands Province Governor Y. Rapa showed support towards the Lutheran Church in Hagen Central District by donating a vehicle. Rapa highlighted the importance of collaboration between churches and government to see effective outcomes in terms of service delivery in both the provincial and national level.
As a way of supporting the churches in the province, Governor Y. Rapa presented a Toyota Land Cruiser to Evangelical Lutheran Church in Hagen District yesterday morning at their headquarters in Mount Hagen. Rapa made a commitment to the church during their conference to elect a new bishop after the passing of the former bishop. The vehicle will be used by Bishop for the district, Ten Tangdui, to do errands for the church. Upon presenting the vehicle, Rapa says churches should work in collaboration with the government to boost the province going forward.
Our church is an important system and long government, but people work one time long running country in the province.
Rapa says churches play a pivotal role. Thus, it is of paramount importance that the two entities should partner at both the provincial and national level to see effective outcomes throughout the country. Rapa appealed to the churches to continue to pray for the province and the nation to see prosperity.
So pray for you now and something work, and now you must not sleep, and now you call on another level, now you must work. So better things must continue. Something miracle, something change. You look at me, means also pray for you and come now.
Bishop Tangdui acknowledged the governor's efforts in facelifting the Hagen town since he took office.
One time good platintin, God give long governor blomi plan I become present him by and continue long bless him good platintin long honorable governor one time all leaders blooming em na all executive members blogam logaman all can make him plant him good plus something you go more inside the province blomi plus so.
Tangdui says he will work alongside Governor Rapa to change Western Islands province and make it a better place for everyone. Rapa also made a commitment to install a transformer for Oglebank Seminary so the Lutheran pastors can be able to have access to training. Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News.
Chairman of the Fo Association, Johnny Yawari, announced that a musical concert will be hosted in the coming months to raise funds to support communities in Kutubu in the Southern Highlands Region province that lack access to basic services. This announcement was made during an exclusive interview with EMTV in Port Moresby.
Plans to continue assisting Kutubu community still remains. However, there are also financial constraints, as revealed by Mr. Yawari. In order to raise enough funds to push for more impact projects in communities that lack basic services, Mr. Yawari announced that a musical concert will be hosted.
We are doing fundraiser to build another double classroom. We are doing a concert, live concert, through Warm Blood, and we're going to get like few popular artists in Papua New Guinea and Solomon Islands and Fiji who are going to be involved in that night. And it's going to be the biggest concert ever held in this country and in Port Moresby on one night only.
Mr. Yawari says it will be an exclusive corporate dinner concert that will be hosted at Hilton and highlighted that a lineup for participating singers will be held next week.
Hilton has come in as one of the sponsors and given the venue free because the idea is we want to raise funds for kids of Kutubu. And all the proceeds of that night, how much we make will go to building another 4-in-1 steel structure double classroom. So we are ready and everyone is excited.
Yawari then made an appeal to business houses to support this good cause.
And it's going to be a big night, so I appeal to business houses to come on board and support. What can you do to help? It's for a good cause, and we have a track record. We have built. We've been using small money to build, and we will build. And we have delivered, and our people has faith on us. And I know some of the corporate companies who have helped us through this journey to build, like Kumul Petroleum, MRDC, especially some of these companies who have partnered with us. They know what we have done.
This concert will be a one-day event that will fall on the 10th of November. This will be after the official opening of the Tanagao Community School project, which will take place next month. Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News.
Trukai Industries have donated a ton of rice to feed over 2,000 displaced villages affected by the recent volcanic eruption of Mount Bagana in Bougainville. This donation was made through the Bougainville Charity Foundation to support the organization's disaster relief program.
President of Bougainville Charity Foundation, Romulus Maseu, welcomed Trukai's donation and commended the company for its continued support to the people of Bougainville. Maseu stated that Trukai's timely donation will greatly assist the people from the two care centers, which is overwhelmed with the increase of displaced villages seeking basic supplies. Maseu added that the donation will feed the affected villages in Piva, Torokina, and Wakunai. Furthermore, Trukai Industries CEO Alan Preston said that Trukai's partnership with Bougainville Charity Foundation shows their long-term commitment to assisting the people of Bougainville. Preston added that at Trukai, they believe in helping communities impacted by natural disasters, and it is during this time of need that they demonstrate their commitment to PNG. As part of Trukai's extensive corporate and social responsibility programs, supporting Bougainville was one of the initiatives. Grace Papiali, National EMTV News.
Anjo Trinity Fish Farm at Konopul Village in Imbongu district of Southern Highlands Province is growing from strength to strength. The tilapia fish farm is now seeing expansion being done to the ponds.
Anjo Trinity Fish Farm, one of the largest inland fish farms in the Highlands region, has been hosting 5 huge ponds that hold more than 500,000 fish in total. According to the owner, James Anjo, work is being done to expand the size of the existing ponds. At the same time, proper cementing is being done around the walls to maintain the water level. With the help from the National Fisheries Authority, Anjo said he is still working on his dream to one day produce 10 tons of fish each month. It is understood that despite proposals submitted to the District Development Authority and provincial government, their responses have been slow, but this does not discourage Anjo and his group of youths who are working daily to improve the project. He said the youths have been working tirelessly to help expand the ponds in order to increase production. Customers, including business houses, have been showing up at the fish farm, and the prospect of striking deals with shops in Mount Hagen City, Mendi and Yalibu towns was there, but there was much to be done in terms of adequate supply of fish feed. Lack of adequate funding was the main problem at present. However, Anjo is determined to take one day at a time and leave a legacy for the young generation to carry on. Natasha Ovoy, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund Market Report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2750 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2675, 0.4144 Australian dollars, 0.2434 euros, 39.13 Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices at New York closed, gold is trading higher, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed higher, copra closed lower, palm oil is closed lower, crude oil is trading lower, copper closed lower. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Tukai Sports. The children from the League Belong Life Rugby Clinic program were fortunate to interact with the Australia and PNG Prime Minister's 13 teams today at the National Football Stadium in Port Moresby.
Children from the League Belong Life Rugby Clinic had a lot of fun today learning basic rugby skills with the Rugby League Game Development Officers with few PNG PM's 13 teams and their special guest, Australia PM's 13. National Rugby League PNG manager Kathy Neap says today's clinic program has seen children enjoying the company of the Australian PM's 13 players with fun games and basic rugby skills and encouraging words.
After the learning the basic skills of rugby league, the Australian players gave some key messaging on health, and if they want to come all the way up, then they have to be persistent, and also education is number one.
The League Belong Life Clinic program is funded by the Australian government to educate and support rugby league in PNG. Australian schoolboys coach Tim White says PNG is the only country in the world that recognizes rugby league as a national sport, and in Australia it is one of our biggest sporting game.
We need to come here, give back and make sure these kids keep playing our great game because we're very proud to come here. So this is the one tour that Rugby League has that no other code of sport can do. So it's very important that we come here to Papua New Guinea to help these kids and to help the community of Papua New Guinea.
Tim White encourages young Papua New Guineans to develop their rugby skills.
You know what all these boys you need to focus on is the skill. Okay, the skill is more important than toughness. Okay, you need to get the skill right, and then once they get that right, the toughness will come because they're all tough boys and girls, aren't they?
Louis Maingu, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The weather forecast for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City, partly cloudy with possible inland showers. Daru, partly cloudy and windy. Kerama, a shower or two. Alatau, partly cloudy with a shower or two. And Popondetta, brief evening showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Friday, the 22nd of September 2023. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.